Hi, Mark Hyde here from the Public Speaking Skills Academy. I just want to share with you a great email question I got from one of my subscribers, Gary Hannam, and he's asking me about workshops, webinars, and how they all come together in terms of getting new clients through the door. So Gary's question was from a typical workshop that I'd run. He imagines that I pick up 1 to 2 new paying clients. He asks, is that the same for webinars? And he says, do you have many that attend several webinars or workshops without taking the next step, or do you find they come back several times and then are eventually sold on my service? And the answer that I gave to Gary, and the answer I want to share with you, is that basically it's all of the above. And that's why it's important that you run a combination of in-person workshops, webinars, and you run them consistently, because this is the only way that you're going to get your authority and your positioning recognized in the marketplace. You can't be a one-shot wonder. You need to be out there consistently. The reason I say this, and Gary is a prime example, Gary first got onto my list by clicking on one of my Facebook ads and attending one of my webinars. Now, Gary was very interested and very participation heavy on that webinar, asking lots of questions, which is fantastic, which is exactly what I want out of all of my webinar events. But then Gary wasn't prepared to buy at that particular point in time. Now, he wasn't in a financial position, and he wasn't in a position with his business where he was ready to engage and take the next step. But what Gary did do was then came from Canberra to Sydney, so a 2.5 hour drive for a free half-day event that I was running. So he then came up and participated in the half-day event. And Gary's story is unique in the sense that he's came 2.5 hours to drive, but it's not unique in that he attended a webinar and then he's come to in-person events. He's attended more of my webinars before actively engaging me. So the reality is, for you, that's going to be something similar. There will be people that will purchase on your webinar. There will be people that will purchase on or at your live events. There will be people that will engage you after a combination of those, and there will be some that never actively engage you. But the reality is that you need to be actively pushing and promoting your authority, sharing your expertise. Now, whether that's through content, whether it's through networking, or a great mechanism is obviously through events in person and online, you need to be using a combination of all of those so that you get seen and recognized in the market. You can't rely solely on one particular channel, particularly when you're starting out, because you can't isolate yourself in that regard. You've got to push your name and push your authority and your expertise out there so that as much of the world can see it, as much of your ideal clients can see it as possible. So the answer I gave to Gary, like I said, was all of the above. You will find people that will attend your webinars and buy. You will find people that will attend your live workshops, whether they're free or paid, and then kick on to the next level of service. Or you'll find that some of them will come to multiple before they engage, and some will never actually purchase your product or service. The reality is you need to do all of them to bring it all together to find those that will purchase your higher grade services, your more expensive product services, and kick on to the next level. That's my thought for you. So the question, should you run in-person events? Should you run webinars, or both? My answer is most definitely run both.